Man, look, let me tell y'all something, man. Marriage, man, it ain't for the weak of heart. You gotta make it do what it do. You just gotta make a conscious decision like, hey, look, I'm all in. But I mean, sometimes even your all in might not be the best. So that's why I say, man, hey, you shouldn't get married. Just stay away from it. Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy Mr. Uncut 12 here, man, and I'm back with a brand new video for you guys, man. I'm excited to be dropping this video for you guys, man. So I'm really pumped, really excited, man. So we about to go on and definitely get it jumping for sure, man. Hope everybody's doing well, man. Hope everybody's having a tremendous day. We in April, man, so you know, we just trying to make it do what it do what it do. So look, as you guys can see from the title, man, this video is gonna be pretty different. Pretty much I'm just gonna be giving you guys a few viewpoints of why I think people shouldn't get married. And I'm not discouraging people from getting married. I'm not. I'm just, just saying like why we shouldn't do it. But look, am I one of the ones that want to get married? Yeah, I do. But I figured, hell, why not? Let's play devil's advocate. Let's have some fun with it. So I think some of the first, the main reason I look at it is weddings expensive. Weddings are very expensive. I mean, what, you probably dropping what, at least over 100K? Heck, that's a house payment, on 2, 3 cars probably. You can get like a whole bunch of money. Like, I mean, weddings are expensive. I mean, look at all the things that you have to do. You've got to be willing to marry someone first and foremost. I mean, then all of a sudden you gotta go, okay, you gotta rent a venue out, photographers, a planner, you gotta get certain stuff, you've gotta pay for a dress, you gotta pay for tux, you gotta get groomsmaid, bridesmaid situated, you gotta hire makeup artists, you gotta get people to hire to set some up. They probably charge you by the hour, or by the day, I don't know. I mean, so it's a lot of money. It's a lot that goes into it. I just feel like by the time all of it happens, you wore out. So literally, people just gonna come in here for like what you listen to somebody talk for like 20, 30 minutes, and then boom, y'all married, and it costs you all this money. Like, I mean, nah. I don't see that. I can't really like embrace that the way I want to. That's something, that I really see. Weddings are just, it costs a lot of money. Like, why put all this money and resource and effort into a 30-minute event just to say that I love you? I mean, that person might not want my last name. That person might want to keep their last name. You never know. So those are things that we just definitely have to consider. Something else that when it comes to weddings, I feel like I was watching, I forget what it was. Was it The View, The Talk? One of those things. And they were talking about, one of the topics they were going to get into was about marriage, and is it more about the guests than is it more about the people you invite versus the people who don't come? And I think it's starting to lean that way, especially with COVID and everything like that going on. I've got some friends of mine that are getting married or have been married and stuff like that. And especially with COVID going on, they probably had to limit their attendance of people who go. Matter of fact, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she's gonna get married in like 2024, and she was telling me, was it 2023? No, my bad, 2023. Getting ahead of myself. So about 2 years from now, and she was telling me that she's really, so it was like her and like 4 of the girls. They went to college together. They were friends like since they freshman year and still tight now. I remember me and her were talking, and I was like, well, I said, well, is any of them gonna be your bridesmaids, or are they going? Well, they're not a bridesmaid, they're bridesmaids in the wedding. I said, well, what if it was kind of cut down? What would you? She said, I wouldn't have none of them do it, because she told me if one can't do it, all of them can't do it. But I do feel like that it's a way for me that, I feel like that people invite you to weddings, and I think it is about who you invite, because I assure you, it's some people that you think, man, you probably tight with, cool with, you want to come to the wedding, and if they don't get an invite, wouldn't they feel some type of way? I'll give y'all a perfect example. This is no shade at nobody. It's not. I remember a girl, I went to a job training with her. Barely knew her. I only knew her through that job training we had for like 2 weeks. Like for 2 months. 2 months. Was it 2 months? 2 months? 2 months. Y'all, she sent me an invite to a wedding. Y'all barely knew that girl. She sent me an invite to her wedding. This was like way, way back. This is like, man, like 2017, 18, one of them. But I couldn't make it because, car messed up, had to get that fixed, and money was real tight, so I couldn't go. But just for her to invite me was just, it was crazy. But I do think weddings now are more about who am I inviting? You know what I'm saying? I think it is huge. It's big about, okay, who do I invite? Because trust me, it's some people out there like, oh, if you don't invite me, because then now everybody's going to be feeling the type of ways because you can't invite somebody. I was talking to another friend of mine the other day. She's supposed to get me married next year. She was like, man, unless me and you real tight, I'm not inviting you. And, well, I mean, I know, she told me I'm going, which I'm not surprised. I mean, we've been friends for a minute. But I'm just saying, like, it's so because then now everybody's going to be looking for you to invite them to the wedding. And then if you don't invite them, everybody's going to be feeling the type of ways. And we honestly, we can't afford that. And I just think that'll mess up a lot of people and mess up a lot of friends. And then I also think, too, that it's expensive. I was talking about it's expensive. It is. And the fact who you inviting, then, okay, like, okay, back to the spending, but not the spending. Like, okay, what do we do? Do we have a reception? Don't we have? Do not have a reception? Do we give out gifts? Do we do? It's a lot of this. It's like just the planning overall can be stressful on you because I remember a friend of well, I went to high school. Well, actually, did I go to middle school with her? I went to high school with her. I went to college with her. She recently got married. This was like a year or two ago, and she was pregnant at the same time. So marriage can just increase the stress. And she I remember one of the things she kept emphasizing was, y'all, I was so stressed, like so stressed, and it's just like I just look at it more of like, okay, what do you do? Like, how do you manage the stress level of trying to prepare for a wedding? That's a lot to put on people. Okay, when you gonna have it? Am I gonna have it during the week? Y'all know, like I seen one person I know have a wedding on the weekend, a weekday. I think it's a girl I follow on Snapchat. I think it was her LS that got married. It was on a Tuesday or Wednesday, if I remember correctly. It was jumping. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, okay, do I have it like on a weekend? Do I have it on a weekday? Do I have a reception? Do I not have a reception? Who do I invite? Who don't I invite? It creates a lot of stress because then now you having to decide between friends and family members. Well, this cousin did this, and 5 years ago he didn't give me the $20 he owed me, and me don't really talk like that, and having to make all these big time stress. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then I think too, sometimes I think even with the marriages of why people should get married is it creates to me it's a reinsurance for something that we're going to continue to do, meaning like this. I hear a lot of times from women, well, if you don't love me, that means you don't want to marry me. Okay, so if I don't love you and I don't want to marry you, then what I've been doing for the past 4, 5, 6, 8 years. So to me, it just creates unnecessary because it's creating reassurance that's already there. Like, I think because a lot of times we look at it as like the marriage is the end all be all. Okay, we get married, then it's still other steps that we're gonna do. Have kids, grow old together, raise the kids. Like those are still other things that we need to do. Just because, like, oh my God, you don't want to marry me, it's the end of the world. Like, no, it's not. It's not the end of the world. I mean, I want to marry you, but I just think sometimes it's a connotation I think a lot of people have. Like pretty much people are like, if you do not marry me, that means you don't love me. So then I'm like, okay, why is this people are dating to date each other? Like to be boyfriend and girlfriend or boyfriend and boyfriend or girlfriend and girlfriend. If that's the case, why not have us date for 3, 4 months and then I just marry you? If that's the end goal, if you said I'm not gonna love you until I marry you, then if I'm basically if you're telling me that I'm not in love with you or I don't truly love you unless I marry you, then why are we dating or call ourselves a couple? No. Let's just go ahead and date for these 3, 4 months, extend our dating period, and just get married. So that way, every action that I do, everything that I do, you know I love you because we're married, right? So I mean, those are just some quick things I wanted you guys to think about and why some of us shouldn't get married. But hey, man, look, I just want to tell y'all, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this YouTube video, man. So man, if you're new, man, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications when new videos are dropping, and also, man, follow me on social media at Mr. _Uncut 12, man. So you boys out, man. I'm gone. Peace.